Welcome to Nugget 305 with Steve and Dana Groman. We are leaving Colorado and moving on to
Montana? That sounds like fun.
Continuing our dinosaur tour. Montana actually has an official dinosaur tour. All right, this is going to be hard for you to believe. It was back in the summer of 2015 that we embarked on the Montana Dinosaur Trail.
It seemed like maybe 2 years ago.
I know, when you lose 2020, you lose 2021, and you lose 2022, it makes a difference.
Man.
We stopped at many registered locations, adding a few sites along the way. We even went on a dinosaur dig. You can purchase the Montana Dinosaur Trail Prehistoric Passport book, and many of the locations offer a personalized ink stamp, and we recommend that you do that. We are going to take you along the Montana Dinosaur Trail. Today we're going to the town of Glendive. Well, they had these curious-looking dinosaurs just placed around town. They look like they've been there for a while.
Yeah, some were pretty good quality, and some
not so.
Not so.
Our first stop is at the Makoshika State Park. It's near the border of North Dakota, and it contains over 8,800 acres of heavily eroded badlands. This is Montana's largest state park, with 11,538 acres. Dinosaur remains have been discovered in the deeply eroded ravines and box canyons. On a way too hot day, we hiked the steep but short Caprock Trail and along the strenuous Kinney Coulee Trail.
Yeah, and we're avid hikers. It was hot.
You don't expect it to
real hot.
What we mean is like 105 in Montana. You just don't think of Montana in triple digits.
Like the picture shows, there's really nothing there.
Yeah, no shade trees. Those junipers don't do much good. They stink, but that's about all they do. And I used to be allergic to them, but I'm not any longer, which is great.
Yeah.
In the town of Glendive, they do have this old school museum that we visited. They have a lot of farm implements and things about the Great Plains region and farming, but they also had a lot of dinosaur displays. And what do you think about this T-Rex brain case that they have on display?
Well, they have a scan of it. It must be real, but who really knows? One thing about it, it's not real big.
No, it's not. But haven't we always sort of heard that a T-Rex has a little brain?
Yes, that's real little.
Maybe it was a little T-Rex.
It might have been a young one.
And then they had this femur bone. They had a lot of bones in this area that are from hadrosaurs.
You know, one thing about all these museums, every one of them, even ones that were the size of a small house or smaller, they got some fascinating stuff in there.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been encouraging people to do, that if you have the time, or even if you don't make the time, stop in these little city museums, you will be amazed what is in there. We went to the Beish Dinosaur Digs to excavate dinosaur bones one morning, and I want to tell you why we picked them. They are a family-owned ranch, and when you dig there, you are going out with the landowners. When you go to the other options to dig up dinosaur bones around Montana, you will be going with university students and professors on land that they have leased during the summer normally from ranchers. And you are not allowed to take any dinosaur bones. You can go and you can dig them up, but you must surrender everything, and you're going out there with obvious strict evolutionists. Beish has the largest return of customers. I think she said that 90% or more of their customers go back. And we will go back.
Right.
And it's because you can take dinosaur bones. She gives you a list of what you can and cannot take, just depending on the situation. That may change. We appreciate their candidness.
It's neat to dig up anything. Take and don't take is kind of irrelevant in a sense because it's all fun.
Yeah, it's the excitement of getting it. It sure is exciting to take it away. We do recommend this dinosaur dig place. We purchased the full-day excursion, and our guide, who was the property owner, took us several miles through her large ranch to a location in the Badlands filled with dinosaur bones and petrified wood. We found fragments of Tyrannosaurus rex bones, Triceratops bone, turtle shells, crocodile scute, and a large piece of petrified wood. And tell them what you found.
I was digging on what appeared to be just a small piece of bone. As I was digging around it and around it and around it, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I ended up calling the lady over and take a look at this thing and ask her, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to keep digging on this one item, or you want to just mark this and move on elsewhere? And she said, no, dig it up if you want to. I did. As it turns out, the deeper I got, the more it was crumbled up, but it was awesome.
She figured that it was the end of a humerus.
Yes.
Based on what we could see. And we got to take it home, that was even more exciting. Yep. They have a lot of fossils there on display. There are more fossils than you can imagine out there, and these places have more fossils than they really know what to do with at times. They just have them stacked up and in boxes. They do have quite a display there at Beish.
Well, yeah, we were just walking on top of pieces of T-Rex bone, pieces of Triceratops. The mountainside's just riddled with it.
When we originally set up the appointment, because you do have to set the appointment, I asked her if she would make sure that it was a day that they weren't busy. We didn't want to go with a whole busload of people. She said sure, so she put us down for a date where no one else had signed up. And then later on, she called me a few weeks later and said, I know you had asked to go alone. She says, but I have a mom and her son, and they want to go. Do you mind that? And we're like, no. And we were appreciative that she respected that, and we didn't care. But because of the heat, the mom and her son, they pooped out before lunchtime.
They were not ready for it.
She said, you know what, y'all?
It was dangerous for them.
Yeah, she said, y'all have both bought full-day excursions, and we can't go back, so they just had to go sit in her Suburban. She said, okay, come on, guys, let's go, and that's when she took us to a better place that had the T-Rex bones, and she let us take some small pieces of T-Rex bone home, so that was really nice. As we were leaving, she stopped at a spot where they were digging up this bone, and what do you recall that this was?
An Edmontosaurus rib.
Yeah, they were digging it out, careful to not bust it up, but you can see how it's broken up because it's a rock. It's petrified.
It's really fascinating how to get things like that out of the ground without it doing more damage. You just put over the top of it plaster, and then you put aluminum foil over that and let it dry and harden. And then you can dig around it, pull the whole thing out, take it into the lab, take it into the workshop area, and chip off that plaster, and you get the bone.
They sort of entomb it to protect it, to get it out. She was telling us about this paleo bond, and she was going to give us some because she says it helps preserve fossils. And as many of you know who have gone to our meetings, we have a lot of fossils. It took a bit, but we did end up getting a bag of this stuff from her. You just mix it up with some acetone and you make a glaze, and it helps them from drying out because, believe it or not, fossils do dry out. Yeah, ours have.
Yes, they have.
So we had made some little presentations that were like laboratories do, and we had sold those T-Rex bones. We do have some of those T-Rex bones still left, and we look forward to going back to Montana and going back to Beish and keeping her statistics high. If you appreciate these videos, partner with us on a monthly or one-time basis. Our phone number is 603-616-8907. And in our next nugget, we will be continuing on the Montana Dinosaur Trail. Thank you.